welcome to Drumlin Farm. I'm Renata Camponi, Sanctuary Director, and I'm very excited to welcome you to Ms. G's 10th forecast.
Good job,
we have a very exciting event planned today. I know you're all eager to see Ms. G come out. You know, my friends always laugh when I tell them I have so much work to do to get ready for this big holiday, but it's really one of my favorite times of the year to see everyone come out in the middle of winter and celebrate wildlife like Ms. G and the other animals we have in Massachusetts. And to us, Ms. G represents a lot more than just a fun tradition. It's really an opportunity to learn about and appreciate the native wildlife we have in Massachusetts and the healthy habitats that they need to survive. Mass Audubon now more than ever is doing all we can to protect those habitats for Ms. G, for the other wildlife, and for us as people. And we're going to keep doing all we can to make sure that there's clean air, clean water, and a sustainable climate for Ms. G and all of us for the future. I'd like to start by thanking a few of our guests that we have here today. They're here to celebrate. Don McCaslin joins us every year. He's the program director at the Blue Hill Observatory, and he keeps the official sunshine measurements to attest to Ms. G's forecast. So thank you, Don. He'll have his instruments out later. You should definitely come take a look. We also have Annie and Skylar, who are Ms. G's official sponsors this year. So thank you, Annie and Skylar, for being here with us. And we're excited to have Gary Clayton, Mass Audubon's president, who has come all the way across the street to join us today. And I'd like to ask Gary to say a few words.
Great. Thank you, Renata. So welcome everyone to Mass Audubon's Drumlin Farm Wildlife Sanctuary. We're thrilled you're here. I know we're all waiting for Miss G to have her moment in the sun. I know it's a moment for us to determine upon her sage advice whether in fact winter will continue for a few more weeks or whether we'll have an early spring. But I actually have it on good report that her role has been broadened somewhat this year because the Patriots called. There's something happening this weekend. And so you'll have to listen carefully to Ms. G relative to her forecast for this weekend's event as well. But again, thank you for being here. This is February is also a special month for Mass Audubon because it's a time when we celebrate our anniversary as a statewide conservation organization. It's our 121st birthday this month. I know that's really old, especially for some of the young people in this audience. But let me assure you how relevant Mass Audubon continues to be today in light of what we are facing. Our founders realized from the earliest years of Mass Audubon how important it was to engage and educate young children. So I'm thrilled to see so many young faces here today because you are the future. And growing up, being aware of, inspired by the natural world is part of the work and the legacy that we wish to impart to you, all of you, in terms of protecting the nature of Massachusetts.
Oh, good. Okay. I want to make sure all of our little groundhog watchers that are with their grown-ups, we do need to keep this area clear, so if all the kids could stay seated in their chairs, that would be great. We're very excited to be ready to bring out Ms. G. I'd like to introduce Drumlin Farm's senior naturalist, Tia Pinney, who has been our official groundhog interpreter for many years. So thank you, Tia. Thank you.
Okay, and as Renata said, we want to make sure everybody's safe, including the groundhog. She's not a pet. This is not Punxsutawney Phil. We're not going to hold her up in the air. She's an animal that we take care of because she's not able to survive in the wild, and she is one of our animal ambassadors. But in that regard, we don't handle her like a pet. We don't touch her. We don't pet her. So I will put on gloves. Everybody who handles her will have on gloves, and I need everybody to stay in their seats. Okay? Because we want to be able to walk around here. Now, first, our two sponsors, Skylar and Annie. Come on with me. We're going to put out some treats for Ms. G to get her to walk around so everybody can see her. So step right over. Then open these up. Put out. Put out from your spread them around. Put a couple near the outside. Yeah, that's plenty. Now spread them out. We're trying to get her to walk around so people can see.
No, with your gloves closed.
Okay.
You want to take them off?
Yeah. Or right now.
He's not eating right now. The groundhog's eating.
You'll notice everything that's going out here. Do you notice what they are? Vegetables. Ms. G is a vegetarian. She only eats vegetables. Yeah, go ahead. Put a sweet potato on top of the ball. Sweet potato.
She likes sweet potatoes.
Then I think we'll be good. All right. All right, now.
You want me to move? Buddy. You can have this thing, okay? Because you can't see that.
Okay, Miss G is coming. Now, does everybody know what it means, whether she sees her shadow or not? Okay, I'm going to call on this young gentleman right here. What does it mean if she sees her shadow?
Groundhog.
Okay, if she sees her shadow, it means 6 more weeks of winter. If she doesn't see her shadow, then she'll go back in.
Step to the side, sir, please.
Okay, here she comes. She's thinking about this for a second. This is a world stage for her, right? Okay, wait a second.
Amos, do you see the ground?
Do we have a shadow? We are definitely in the shadow zone.
Sweet potato.
Oh, right there. See, you can eat that too. Right here in the car.
Stay right there, Cassian.
It's over here. Did you see it?
Here, guys. I'm blocking the camera.
Do you see her shadow?
Yeah, Amos, what does the groundhog say?
She could talk to her. Here she comes. Notice how she's looking around.
Amos, what does the groundhog say? Amos, what does the groundhog say?
All right.
Meow, does it say meow?
It's right there. Right there. Marta.
Amos, where's the groundhog? Can you point at the groundhog? Can you point to the groundhog, Amos?
All right. So wait a second. Wait a second. What's our prognostication? Shadow. That means winter's not over yet, people. 6 more.
Ooh.
Okay. Mass Audubon, Drumlin Farm Wildlife Sanctuary, Ms. G. Her official forecast for February 2nd, 2017 is 6 more weeks of winter. She doesn't want to hear that, apparently. She would much prefer winter to be over.
Like, where are the donuts?
What's the family thing? Well, honey? Yes, she's curious. She's looking at the kids.
Thank you very much, Tia. We have some great activities here for you today.
Cocoa and Stories in the Pond House, which is just behind us, the little blue building. There's other great programs you can learn about wildlife in Massachusetts. And this year we'll make another appearance at 11:15 in our Farm Life Center building down on the farm here. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Guys, did you like the groundhog? Did you like the groundhog, Gigi? All right, our friends are here somewhere. We're gonna find them.